Try pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Recently, I've been out, for those of you who don't know, I have one of these, right? This is Laddie, and he's my DJI FPV drone. So I had Laddie out the other day. Now, most of the time when I fly Laddie, I fly him in either normal or usually in sport mode. And I have the motion controller, I haven't got it out here, the motion controller, and I have the normal controller, right? And I usually fly him in sport mode, but I have dabbled with manual mode or acro mode, which is a whole different ball game. I mean, the controls don't do anything like they do when you fly normally. And it's very, very difficult. But I was getting along okay, but I had plateaued, I wasn't getting any better, and I wasn't very good to start with. So I watched a few videos of guys who were flying the DJI FPV and gave the rates. Now the rates are how fast things happen when you move the controls and different things like that. And I decided to try a few different rates to see if something would click and I'll go, oh, I can do this, this is great, these new rates would help. So I took Laddie out and I put in some new rates that were very, very different from the rates that I had been using. And I'll show you a screenshot of the, this is going to be the air data UAV map of the flight. So let me doink that down, right? So this is the flight, right? I took Laddie off from here, flew him to here, and then went into manual mode. And my plan was that I was going to fly him round and round and round till the battery ran out, and then put in a new battery, try change the rates and do it again and again and fly round and round. Then with the third battery, put in a third set of rates and do it again and again and again, just to see if something would click and one of those sets of rates would be right for me or close to right for me, and then I could change it to say this is exactly the rates that I need and I can now fly smoothly and without worry. So I have a little video of this flight, right? And I'll bring it up and let you see. It's only a 2-minute video and there's no sound with it, right? So I've got a video of this actual flight here, which started here but ended here. Right? So see if I can find it. Right, so up Laddie went, we took off this wee bridge. There's my pals, the coos. That was terrible. A wee unused railway track, that's not used anymore. As you can see, it's quite rusty in colour. It's still intact but not used. So I drove down to the corner of the field. I flew Laddie down to the corner of the field in normal mode. Lined it up with a gap that I wanted to fly through and around, and thought, okay, that's me lined up. I'll switch myself into manual mode now. That was me into manual mode. It does that, and then you have to adjust the gimbal back down so you can fly forwards. So there we go, adjusting the gimbal down, and off we go. Now this is me in manual mode with some brand new settings, brand new rates that I had never flown with before. And I thought, oh, this is quite smooth. I can go quite slow here if I want to, and I'm not all over the place. This is going to work out just fine. So coming up to the gap, I thought, right, I'll go up here, I'll just swing round to the left. And it was this point I should have known. I tried to swing left here, but look how long it took me to get round. It took that long. I went right under the cables. It took a long time to get round because the rates were really, really slow. So I thought, right, here's a wee gap. Let me get down the gap and I'll fly back down to the bridge. Nearly clipped the tree. I thought, oh, what's going on here? Let me pull up. Try pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. And the rates were so slow that before I could even pull up, Laddie decided, no, I'm going to go and land in the grass. I don't want to pull up, he said. So it wasn't that far away, as you can see on the map, on the flight path map, right? It wasn't far. I mean, that's the bridge where I was standing, and that's a field. So you're looking at what, maybe, I don't know, 100 metres, 100 metres, maybe between 50 and 100 metres, I'd say. So it was no problem to go and find him, and I kind of knew where he was. And I did, I found him lying in the grass, upside down in the long grass. But there was grass jammed all the way in here, right? And if you noticed at the end of the video there, the motors kept going, right? He didn't shut down because these things don't, see when they crash, the motors just keep going. They actually don't stop. I don't know why that is, but it's a bit crazy. So anyway, there was grass jammed in there, right? And the motors had kept going. And when I picked him up, I wish I had smell-o-vision, because it's not that one, it's that one. You can smell the burning, right? Horrible electrical burning smell. I don't know how many of you are familiar with electrical burning. It's got a very distinctive smell, and that's it right there, okay? Horrible. So the motor's burned out. I knew straight away something was wrong, because I got him back to the bridge and I tried to fly him, and I was getting, the error said ESC error, propulsion, I can't remember word for word, but propulsion system not working or something like that. Contact DJI support, something like words to that effect, right? So I brought him home, and I opened this up. There's only 3 wee screws here and 2 wee screws here that you can open it up, and I had a look, and I can't tell for sure, but it does look like some of the coils are slightly melted and burnt, right? That's what it looks like to me.